Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I will be breaking down US30, SPX, and Nasdaq and Gbpjpy. So if we go into the weekly time frame, what I can see clearly on US30 is that on the weekly, sorry, is that we had a complete double top. Right after this bullish momentum, bullish momentum, bullish momentum, price formed a double top. We all know that double top is a reversal pattern, so this gives me some indication that we could start looking for some sells. We can see that when price engulfed out of this area, we saw price retest and push down into 37.758. Now, what happened again? Price engulfed below this area and is giving us the retest into this area again and has struggled to break below it 3 times. When I saw these wicks lows, I thought we are going to break and retest. That's what I anticipated. We didn't get that. So for me, I'm more inclined for sells. As long as we can break below this area right here, I will look for a break and a retest and look for a sells to the downside. Now, you could even have your support down here. So yeah, you could look for sells and sells down into one of these lows. I'm taking a short-term sell down into here, which the weekly struggle to break below, and you can see this mini area of resistance, which we are respecting. Um, that's optimistic. I think it's possible, but it's quite optimistic. You could, I would start looking for that as a take profit if we can break and retest this area here. But that's more of a long-term thing. In terms of buys, if we can get the daily to the reason why, if anyone's thinking, "Oh, I'm not looking to enter anywhere around here," it's very choppy on the daily time frame. I know we have this area of resistance right here, right, where we can see support, resistance, resistance, and some people may be looking to sell down from there. The reason I'm not is simply because of how choppy it is. We had these wicks to the upside and we're having these wicks to the downside. For me, that's a mess. It's quite choppy. I don't feel comfortable entering here because we could just wick through. So I'm going to wait for a conservative sell. I'm going to wait for a break. I'm going to wait for a retest, and I'm going to look for sells to the downside. Um, you can also, the reason also I'm looking for um, sells more so is because we can follow a pattern. And this pattern is here, right? We're forming higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. And now what's happened is we are forming low, lower high, lower low, sorry, lower high, lower low, lower high. I'm anticipating a break, a retest, and continue this pattern to the downside. So we can see we've kind of shifted from going up to going down. And this could just be one pullback, right? But just a much bigger pullback. So that's what I'm looking for. The only way I will only look for buys is if we break this structure and break these highs and retest this area. I can look for buys into here or even up there into 40,000. Regarding SPX, yep, this is clearly bullish. So I'm not looking for sells at all. I'm either looking for a retracement back into these lows, or if you look on the daily time frame, we are struggling to break below 5,400. Even on the 4-hour time frame, we can see a low, lower low, lower low. Obviously, this is still a bullish overall high, but I'm saying on the intraday level, we can see this. Now we can see a price potentially break, retest this area, and we can look for buys to the upside. Or we can wait for price to come back, give us a sign of rejection, and we can look for buys back into this area of resistance. In regards to Nasdaq, same thing, is very bullish, right? Look at this. There was just a little wick to the upside. Cannot look for sells, only buys. Buys around 19,500. If you go on the 4-hour, we can see this consolidation. So we're either looking for buys here for a triple bottom, or I am looking for a break, and we've already broken it. I'm going to wait for 4-hour to establish itself above, maybe another candle closure above, then a retest, and I'll look for sell buys to the upside, because you have to remember this could just engulf back below. So the break of this high is only confirmed when we get at least 2 candle closures above this resistance. So maybe we would want the other candle to be like this, and we can get in on the wick low of the next candle, which may look something like that, and we're trying to get in around there. Okay, and on Gbpjpy, as you can see, we had a huge bullish momentum, right? Huge bullish momentum. And after this candle, we saw the next week leave a prominent wick high and flash back down into 191638. Ever since then, price has tried to push back up, push back up, push back up. And where did it stall? Not surprisingly, back into this resistance, where price could not break once, could not break twice, could not break 3 times, now cannot break again. Based off this, and based off us getting a double top on the daily time frame, rejection number 1, rejection number 2, it seems that we are struggling to break this resistance. So for me, the only way I will look for buyers is if price, the daily, can close back above this area, give us some sort of retracement and a rejection, and then I will look for buyers to the upside. That's the only way I am looking for buyers, right? I can take a riskier trade, but I will show you what I mean by that. And in terms of sales, because as long as we maintain below 2,200.628, I am going to look for sales. So if I go on the 4-hour time frame and look at it on a smaller level, we can see that we are struggling. We can see that we had this high and we broke this low right here and we formed a lower low. So we can see a nice psychological level of 2,000. So if price can maintain below this area, we can look for sales back into this or back into 197.500. As you can see, 197.500 is a respected level, right? If price can maintain above, price may come back down into that level and as a next area of support. Going on the 4-hour time frame, as long as we maintain below, we will look for sales. Or if we can break this area, some people may be a bit of intraday traders, so you can look for a break, a retest, look for that engulfing of a bullish variation pattern, and look for buys back up into this resistance. But for me, I'm either looking from a sell down back into these lows or a sell from here back into these lows down here, or even this as TP1. So yeah, sells here or sells here. And some of you can see that this support is struggling to be broken. Now, the only way I would kind of shift my bias to buys below this area is if I see another daily candle closure above this area. For example, the next daily candle may do something like this and show us that we cannot break this area of support of 199. So then I'm going to be like, all right, cool. The daily is clearly struggling to break below. Overall, on the weekly, we are bullish, like overall on a structure basis. Even on the daily, we are overall bullish as well. So maybe if I get that, then I can maybe start looking for buys here. But that's just me being open and flexible and adapting to the market conditions. So yeah, boom, 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 or yeah. All right, perfect. We will come back on Friday and see how it went. Very flexible, very open, ready and understanding where my planned trades are. And we're gonna just take the trade. We're not gonna overthink it. We're just gonna take it. If price 4-hour rejects and closes below this area and gives me a good confirmation candle, I will look for sales. If we can break and retest this area, I will look for sales. If the 4-hour shows me some sort of rejection like this, I will look for sales. Simple. Cool. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you all have a great trading week.